Hello and welcome to week 3 of Flow at Campfire. Thank you for checking in. I hope you're really enjoying the videos. If you haven't already done week 1 and week 2, then feel free to go back and have a look at those. This week we have more of a midline focus. Week 1 was more upper body, week 2 was lower body. So today is a bit more core work. So when you're ready, we're going to get started. We're just going to come into a seat on the mat. So that can be kneeling or cross-legged. You're just going to bring your hands to rest in your lap, close your eyes, and we're just going to take a few moments to breathe. Just going to inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. And just imagine that each breath is bringing a bit more space into that upper body. Think about length, think about your sides, your back, as well as your chest. And taking a few more rounds here. And then just keeping that slow, steady pace of the breath, we're just going to take a few twists. So you're going to take your left hand across to your right knee, right hand behind the back, and just use the arms to guide you into that twist. You're twisting right from your core. Nice, sitting up tall, coming back through center and taking it straight to the opposite side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind the back. Nice, and then from here, we're going to start to walk the hands out in front, coming to all fours on the mat. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, and just alternating between a few rounds of cat-cow, so just linking that breath to the movements, arcing the belly down on the inhale, lifting the chin, exhale to round. Again, inhale. And exhale. Just taking 2 more rounds in your own time. Nice, and then the next time that you round your back, we're going to sink the hips back towards the heels. So we're taking a child's pose here. Belly to rest over the thighs, fingertips to reach forward, head and chest down towards the mat. And again, breathing into your rib cage as a 3-dimensional shape. The back, the sides, the chest. As you want to start to warm up the body a little bit more here, rounding to roll forwards. And you're going to step your right foot just to the outside of your right hand. Just take a moment here, press through the hands. Nice, and take that right foot back, hips back towards the heels. Rounding forwards, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Keeping that knee above the ankle. Stepping back. One more time on each side, round to roll forwards, right foot to right hand. Hips back to child's pose. Round to roll forwards, left foot to left hand. Nice, hips back. This time we're going to add to it, so we're going to round forwards. Right foot outside that right hand, and we're coming into a twist. So you're reaching your right arm up. Gaze towards the fingertips. Right hand comes down, step your right foot back, child's pose. Nice, opposite side, roll forwards, left foot steps forward, left arm up. Nice, back towards the mat, child's pose, one more time on each side. Right foot to right hand, twist on the inhale. Right hand back, child's pose. Left side. Nice, inhale as you twist. Nice, back to your child's pose. This time, we're gonna add to it. Round to roll forward. Right hand and right foot together. From here, twist, right arm reaches up. And as we're in this twist, we're gonna lift our back knee, so curl the back toes under. And you're gonna turn all 10 toes to the right side of the mat and sink that right hip, reach your fingertips back. Nice, circle back to the top of the mat. Left knee down, child's pose. And round forward, opposite side, left foot steps forward. Left arm up in your twist. Pause here. Lift that back knee. Nice, deepening the twist. All 10 toes to the left. Sink the hips. Nice, circle back to the top of the mat. Plant the hands. Child's pose. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Round to roll forwards. Right foot to right hand. Nice, twist. Right arm reaches up. And lift that back knee. Deepen the twist. All 10 toes turn to the right. Sink that hip. Circle your right hand back. Back to the top of the mat. Child's pose. Nice, left side, left foot steps forward. Left arm up on the inhale. Nice, curl the back toes, lift that back knee. Circle the left hand back, turn all 10 toes. Nice, sink that hip. Circle back to the top of the mat. Knees down on the mat, hips back towards the heels. Child's pose, just take a moment here. Nice. Again, breathing fully in through the nose and out through the nose. Trying not to breathe too quickly or too shallowly. I'm going to round here to roll forwards. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Curl the toes under. You're going to start to press through the hands. You're going to hug your belly in. And we're just going to start to hover the knees just a few inches off the mat. Draw that lower belly in and start to feel that core starting to wake up just a little bit. Nice full deep breath here. And from this position, we're going to take our hips back towards our heels. Keep your knees up and away from the mat. And we're going to lengthen the hips high for our downward dog. From your downward dog, you might want to walk the hands out a little bit more. Bend into the knees a little bit more. You take a few breaths here to maybe pedal out through the feet. Nod or shake the head. Take any movements here that feel good. Settling back into stillness in your downward dog. Let the back of the neck be long. Let the head be heavy. Hips draw up and back. And we're going to take a 3-legged dog. So on your next inhale, we're going to start with the right. Reach your right heel up and back. And keep those toes rolling down towards the mat. Keep the hips level. Keep the shoulders level. And then squeezing that right knee in towards your chest. Bring the thigh towards the belly. Shoulders over the wrists. And step that right foot between the hands. We're coming into a high lunge, so you're going to stay on the ball of that back foot. You're going to reach your arms up. You're just going to pause here, so your shoulders and hips are square to the top of the mat. If you turn your palms towards each other, you'll feel your shoulders roll down and around your ribs. Nice. If this feels like your lower back is feeling a little bit tight, you can bend into that back knee. Whichever feels better for you is fine. From here, we're going to take the hands behind the back, clasp the hands, and we're going to press the knuckles up towards the ceiling, and we're going to fold over that right leg. So you're still squeezing in through your midline. You're keeping your back body nice and long. You're squeezing your right hip back. Nice, just taking a moment here, breathing right to the top of the chest. And then bring your hands down to the mat, plant them under your shoulders, and you're stepping back to your plank. From here, we're going to lower down, right forearm first, left forearm, coming into our forearm plank, still keeping those shoulders engaged, and then back up to plank. Okay, so we're going to do that one more time. Lowering down to the forearms, back to plank. Nice. And from your plank, draw the hips high, downward dog. From here, left side, inhale, reach that left leg up. And check in with your shoulders, check in with your hips. Hug that thigh in towards your belly. Shoulders roll forward. Step between the hands. Arms reach up. Nice, bending into that back knee if you need to. Shoulders roll down and away from the ears. Hands behind the back. Clasp the hands. Press the knuckles away, start to hinge forward. Keep the back body nice and long. And use the arms to help guide you into the fold. Nice, breathe fully here. And then hands down to the mat, step the feet together. Nice, and we're coming down into that forearm plank. Left arm first, followed by the right. Pause here. Then back up to plank. And so we're going to add to it each time. So building on those sets, keeping that core engaged the whole time. Nice, you're going to do one more forearm plank. Pause here. Back to plank. Draw the hips back, downward dog. Nice, we're going to pick up the pace just a little bit. Right leg reaches up and back. Inhale here. Thigh into belly. Shoulders roll forward. High lunge. Step the foot to the top of the mat. Reach the arms up. Hands behind the back. Lean forward. Clasp the hands. And bring the hands down to the mat. Right foot steps back for plank. Nice. Lowering down to the forearms. Back to plank. And again, forearm plank. Keeping that midline engaged the whole time. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice, two more. Nice, last one here. Back to your plank. And draw the hips high. Nice, left side. Inhale, left leg reaches up. Hug that thigh in, round the back. High lunge, reach the arms up on the inhale. Hands behind the back. Clasp the hands, start to fold forwards. Nice, bring your hands down to the mat. Left foot steps back. And this is our last set of forearm planks, lowering down. Just moving at your own pace. In through the nose and out through the nose. Nice, two more. Drawing the belly in towards the spine the whole time. Drawing the hips back. Downward dog. Just take a moment here, pedal out through the feet. Roll the hips from side to side. Start to float onto the toes. Bend the knees. Draw the knees down towards the mat. And hover the knees. Push the hips back. And then touch the knees to the ground. Take a child's pose here. Hands reach forward, back of the body stays nice and long. Start to round to roll forwards. Curl the toes. Downward dog. From your downward dog, we're going to continue with that fluid movement. So keeping the knees nice and soft. Roll forwards into your plank. Shoulders over the wrists. Nice belly hugs in, heels reach towards the back of the mat. And from your plank, press down through your right hand. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot for a side plank. Reach your left arm up. Nice, just pause here for a moment. Press the mat away from you. Left hand comes down. Roll onto the toes. And we're going to start to sink the hips towards the mat and reach the chest forward. Nice, we're taking our Cobra Pose here. Broaden through the collarbones. Still keep the back of the neck nice and long. And from here, we're going to jump up into a burpee, but we're really going to snap the hips. So you're leading from your belly, draw your navel in. Stand up tall. Back towards the mat. Jump back to your plank. And we're pushing down through that left hand. Outside edge of the left foot. Side plank. Nice, start to bring your right hand down. Roll back into your plank. Draw your hips high, downward dog. And from downward dog, we're coming back into some pike push-ups. We did these in week 1. So keep those elbows rolling in. Lean forward, tap the head to the mat, and press back to your downward dog. Nice. From here, we're going to start to roll forward again. Shoulders over the wrists. Right side on that side plank. Press through that right hand. Left arm reaches up. Left hand down towards the mat. As you roll back onto your toes, lower the hips, shine the chest forward. Nice. And using those hips to hop up. Really snapping the hips back, drawing the belly in. Standing up tall, hands back to the mat, jump back to your plank, and roll to the left. Right arm reaches up. Nice, rolling back to your plank. Roll onto the toes, draw the hips high, downward dog. You might want to walk the hands back in slightly. And this time we're taking 2 pike push-ups. So again, keep the back of the neck nice and long. Keep that wrap in the shoulders as you tap the head. 1 more. Downward dog, nice. Bend the knees, roll forward into your plank. Nice. Roll to the right, side plank. Back to plank. Nice, start to sink the hips, start to lift the chest forward and up. Nice, pause here. And snap the hips up. Stand up tall at the top of the mat, nice. Back to your plank. Roll to the left. Nice, right hand comes down, roll over the toes. Downward dog, draw the hips back. Head is heavy. Breathe fully. 3 pike push-ups this time. Nice. Last one. Nice, and we've got 1 more round. So from here, slowly again rounding forward into your plank. Rolling to the right. Left arm reaches up. This time, if you want to hover that left leg, challenge your balance just a little bit. Left hand comes down, left toes come down. Cobra, sink the hips. Snapping up to the top of the mat. Stand up tall, lower back down. Back to plank. Roll to the left. Right arm reaches up. Right leg can float high. Lowering down, rolling to plank. Nice. Walk the hands back in for your downward dog. And this is our last set. We're going to take 4 push-ups this time. Draw the hips back. Tap the forehead to the mat. Nice. Keep that belly drawing in. Keep the back of the body nice and long. Nice. Last one. From your downward dog, float your knees down to the mat. Unhook the toes. This time you're going to reach your hands back. And you're taking a child's pose with the back rounded. Rest your head on the mat. And breathe into that space between your shoulders, the space at the base of your neck. You might want to roll your head from side to side. Then reaching the hands forward. Round to all fours. We're going to make our way onto our back. It's just sitting to the side of your feet. Extend your legs out long. Sitting up tall, drawing the toes back towards you. And we're slowly going to roll down onto our backs. So 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping that core engaged. Reach the arms towards the toes. Moving slower than you want to go. Reaching the arms out wide, hugging that right knee in. Rolling the right leg over to the left for a spinal twist. Let your back roll away from the mat. Allow your right hip to stack over your left hip. And feel free to use that left arm to guide that leg. Pausing here. Let that right arm be heavy, let that right leg be heavy. Rolling back to center. Taking it straight to the other side, left leg draws in. Rolling over to the left. Breathing here. Coming back to center, hugging the knees in. And just round the back into the mat. Take a few rocks from left to right. When you're ready, slowly start to rock up to a seat. Bring your hands back to rest on your knees or thighs. Maybe your hands are just in your lap. You're just going to take a few rolling circles with the neck. There's 1 more on each side. And going back to center. And just taking a few full, slow breaths. This time breathing in through the nose. And sighing it out through the mouth. And again.